Jimmy with Cuff and Stuff. Man, have we got a good one for you today. We're gonna do pesto, lemon pepper, pork loin sliders. Oh my gosh, you will not believe how good these things are. It doesn't take anything to fix them. Let me show you how to do it. So, hang tight. Okay, so what I've got here, this is right at 5 pounds of pork loin. Okay, and you see it's got a little bit of a fat cap. This is straight out of the package. I'm not going to do anything with it. It doesn't have a lot of silver skin on it. It's just got the fat on the back, and I'm going to leave that there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lemon pepper, and I'm just going to put a nice coating. Now, this may seem like a lot, but this is a fairly thick piece of meat. I have not used a binder at all. And that's all I'm going to put on this side. I'm going to flip it over. Now, where I've got the fat cap, I'm going to take at an angle, and I'm just going through the fat. I'm not going deep into the meat, and I'm going to do it that way. And then I'm going to come back and cut it crossways, make cross patches into this. I want this seasoning to go down into the meat. All right. So let's put our lemon pepper on this side, and I'm going to rub it in so it gets in that meat. Make sure I get the sides good. All right, now that's the outside. I'm going to do a little bit with the inside. I've got butter, garlic powder, and some lemon pepper in this bowl. Let me stir it up good. Okay, so I'm going to take an injector, put down in it, and I'm going to just start injecting. You see it puffing up about every inch or so. I'll go down pretty deep. Okay, you see, I've moved to the bigger injector. That little one just wasn't cutting it. It was too chunky to push through that little injector. All right, also, I hope you noticed that I seasoned it on the outside first. The reason I did that is because I found out when you're going to inject something like this, if you inject it first and you start turning it over and getting it which way to get your season on the outside, you lose your injection on the inside, or a good bit of it. So I'm going to let this rest while I'm bringing the smoker up to temperature. And when I get it up, I'm going straight to the smoker, and I'll bring you back. Okay, we've got our smoker up to temp. Let's take him in. Now remember, I'm gonna put him fat cap up. I'm gonna put him right there. And let's go in about right there with our probe. Close him up. All right, as usual, I'm not even going to check on it for an hour. I'm gonna watch the temp, see how we go, and I'm gonna shoot for about 140. I'll bring it out, let it rest. It'll go on up to about 145. So when all of that's going on, that's when I'll bring you back. Okay, well, we've been a little over an hour. We are about 128 internal. Let's see how we're looking. Oh yeah, we're getting some good color. I want to verify that temperature. Yeah, that's 125. Oh, that's 135. See how we're looking out here on the end. And 160 on the end. All right, well, I tell you what. Let me put on a pair of gloves here. And let's take and turn this around. I want her cooking even. The heat's out here toward the middle on this pit boss. All right, it's closing back up. We're gonna let her keep cooking. We're watching for that 140, and when we hit it, we'll bring you back. Okay, oh, whether you can see this or not, Inkbird says 140, which is what we were shooting. We're gonna verify that with our thermopin. 142, 139. Ooh, that says 150. All right, that was on the hot end. Let's take him out. Take him over to the cutting board. I'm gonna put him in a half catering pan and cover him. I want to let that rest for at least 30 minutes. Let it cool down a little bit, and then we're going to slice it. So that's when I'll bring you back. Okay, well, we've let this rest about 45 minutes. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. All right, let's take our pork loin out here and set him on the cutting board. All right, let's start by slicing him in half. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. You see the smoke ring? All right, so I'm just going to start slicing. These are going to be thin slices. Again, I'm going to make sliders out of this. You could cut it as thick as you want. Use it as a roast, just like that. Oh, this is pretty. Let's take a piece. Look at that. Is it tender? Juicy as it can be. So good. Finish slicing this up. And we're going to make some sliders. Okay, we've taken, now this was a 24 pack of Hawaiian rolls, and we've taken and cut them in half. Or we thought we did. All right, so first we're going to take some Dijon mustard. And we're gonna make sure we get some on the bottom of every one of these. All right, now let's take and cut these bites in half. We want to put a piece of pork on every piece. Okay, we've got our meat on. Let's take, and we want to take and cover this up. This is provolone cheese. Now you can use whatever kind of cheese you want to use on these. Okay, we got it covered with cheese. Now, this is pesto. This is an Italian seasoning kind of. It goes very well with what we're doing. I'm going to take a little bit and spread on each one on top of the cheese. All right, I'm going to take and put these back on top of this side, and let's take these and put them back on top of this side like this. And I've got one more thing I want to do to these. All right, I have melted butter, and I'm going to take some of this melted butter and I'm just going to brush over the top. All right. I've got those, we're going to call it glazed with butter. Let it run down beside it. All right, and you see I put these on this wire rack. I have my smoker turned up to 350. I'm going to put it over and we're going to let it go about 10 minutes. It's not really going to toast them, but it'll melt the cheese. It'll get all of this warmed up and made together. So I'm going to put it on the smoker, and when I take it off, I'll bring you back. Okay, we have taken these out of the smoker. They're just about toasted. You can hear it on the top. The melted butter has melted in. We got one more thing we want to put on it, and you thought I was going to leave it out, didn't you? This is Uncle Steve's shake. We're going to put just a touch of gator shake over the top of these, just to stick to that butter while it's warm. Give it that citrus pop that only Uncle Steve is known for. And look at that. The cheese is melted. Oh my goodness, it's toasted. This is gonna be hot. I don't care. Whoo! All right, I'm going in. Oh my goodness. If you've never tasted the combination of lemon pepper and pesto, oh my goodness. That smoked, juicy tenderloin and that little bit of pop from that gator shake on top. Let me tell you, you serve this, people are going to ask for it again. Oh my goodness. This is so good. Hey, Listen, thanks for sticking around and seeing how this turns out. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, how about hit the circle on this side, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, like the video. I'll have another video just for you over here. Even if you don't, it's free, okay? That's for you. So until next time, hang tight.